It's fascinating, though. It doesn't matter what kind of woodpecker. They all do the same thing.
Or they're doing this. Boy, this guy needs to fix his roof.
Right.
Well, yeah.
From the center of the American experiment, Minnesota legislators
Using the rookie's mouth today is Joe Souchere.
have until next Monday to finalize the budget. A lot of work to do. The setting is the fact that Minnesota's state government spending outstripped revenues by $4.7 billion in 2024, which is, again, why I wish the DFLers who want to hold office would just be honest with us. Come to your door and say, the only thing I have in mind is to spend as much money as possible. That's what I want to do. So they outstripped revenues by $4.7 billion in the year just concluded. They're forecast to outstrip them again by $4.5 billion this year, 2025, and still outstrip them by 2029. All this adds up to state government budget deficit of $3.5 billion in the 28-29 biennium, or $5.1 billion if you count for inflation. The result of red ink is the result of the flood of red ink is the result of an explosion in state government spending. Minnesota's state budget increased 10.4% from 2022 to 2023, and a further 29.5% the following year.
Wow.
When they blew the surplus. Even $10 billion in tax increases is not enough to pay for this. The question dominating state politics and policy is then how to fix this fiscal mess the DFL trifecta created. Spending hikes, spending cuts, tax hikes, or some combination of the above. It's just, we have passed almost all of our budget bills. DFL Senate Majority Leader Erin Murphy said, we're waiting for 3 big budget bills to come over from the House: education, taxes, and health and human services. The tax bill should get a floor vote this week, but the others are being held up by internal dissension within the House DFL over whether to cut unemployment insurance for hourly school workers, and between the two parties as the House DFL looks to cut nursing home payments and Republicans look to cut free health care for illegal immigrants.
You know, the situation in nursing homes right now is apocryphal. They're going to cut it? Wow.
If legislators don't pass a budget by next Monday, they'll have to return to the Capitol for a special session, or the state government will shut down on July 1. Those 3 weeks which the House DFL spent boycotting the legislature and getting paid at the start of the season would have been useful right about now.
Yeah.
That's where we are in the great state of Minnesota.
I was trying to find the audio clip. Remember when they blew through that budget and you had the one legislator, she was saying, we took the ball and we slammed it home. And they were basically bragging about blowing all of this taxpayer money.
So, knowing what you just told us, what good does that do us?
To know it?
Yeah.
Nothing.
That's not the answer I was looking for.
It doesn't do you any good at all.
I was looking for something more inspired along the lines of, well, that shows you who you should vote for. And then
doesn't make any difference in the Twin Cities.
And then I was going to come back and say that. And then I was going to say something about making the decision to move away. And then you were going to say, and it would be a pointless conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
You mentioned Senator Erin Murphy.
Yep.
This was an oldie but a goodie. Remember on March 6, 2025, gentlemen, when she said this?
This is just 2 months ago.
But never in our history have we had to do that work up against a president who seems hell-bent on crashing the American economy. Only one thing
I don't want to listen to Erin Murphy. Jesus.
They blamed Trump.
Yeah, in March.
In March.
She sounds like she needs a shower.
Well, I don't know how you discern
Determine
that
his tone,
from an
Clean
audio
some
clip.
things up. Just come on.